governor will tell you we don't always get recessions like this. Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you, Christine. Thank you for those beautiful and important words. Today is a joyful day. There's no question about it. When I began making a serious commitment to these issues about 3 years ago, part of the reason that I decided to do it was because I felt that the work being done on behalf of loving parents and beautiful children in New Jersey with special challenges and needs wasn't being done by government. It was being done by organizations like Autism New Jersey, COSAC, Autism Speaks, the ARC, as the governor said. And it was time for government to catch up and time for government to confront its responsibilities. And I began then working with a great group of legislators who are here today, and the governor was good enough to acknowledge them, and I want to just mention two of them specially if I could. The first is my friend Assemblywoman Joan Boss, who has in addition to being a great legislator, she has a beautiful son with Asperger's, and she has helped me understand more about those challenges day in and day out than I could possibly tell you. And our progress today is due in no small measure to her. Joan, thank you so much. The second person is Senator Loretta Weinberg. Loretta wants you to go over with her, too. She's going. But I used to sit next to Loretta in the General Assembly, and I learned early on what a big heart and what a great fighter she is. And the funding and the commitment to generating dollars for autism, she was the pioneer. She was the visionary. She was there before anybody. And I'll tell you, I know this is not a political event, but when you see the two of these folks sitting next to each other, we couldn't do any better in the State House than have John Corzine and Loretta Weinberg. May I just thank Governor Corzine for his tremendous efforts. He's going to do a lot more than take up a pen and put it to a piece of paper today. He's been there every step of the way. Every time I've gone to him with an issue on behalf of the autism community or the developmentally disabled community, he hasn't said, let me think about it, I'll get back to you. He said, I'm in. What more can we do? And he said that even during the most difficult economic circumstances our state has ever seen, and that's really a tribute to him. As he said, there's a reason one wants to be governor, and that is to do the right thing and to make the state better and to help New Jerseyans realize all their potential. He's that kind of a governor. Governor, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm real proud of what we've been able to do over the last few years with some of the bills that we've passed to provide greater support to pediatricians to deal with autistic young people, and to give teachers training to pick up some of the early signs, and to make sure that emergency services personnel were properly trained to deal with some of the interaction that they might have, the creation of our adult task force, which has been a great success, the expansion of the Governor's Council, and on and on and on. But today is really the great missing piece that is yet to be confronted. And I am so honored that we are going to become, I think, the 14th or the 15th state today to mandate that health insurers do the right thing. It's just long overdue, and it's absolutely something that they should be doing. And, you know, you look at this as human being to human being, and you say, who would ever say no when someone has the chance to realize all of their potential? But you have to, I think, put these things sometimes in economic arguments, and that's what I tried to do as we advanced it through the General Assembly. And I think the economics are just as persuasive. You know, if a child who goes into a mainstream first classroom costs about $13,000 a year to educate. A child who is autistic and has special needs costs about $50,000 a year to educate. You've all seen the data because you live with this. That roughly half the kids that have access to this early intervention behavioral therapy are going to go into first class in a mainstream setting. The savings that we have year in and year out is extraordinary. So I think that it makes the case about this being the right thing to do. we tried as well to be sensitive to the business community and even the insurance industry to make sure that this was done in a business-like manner, and there were caps to make sure that the spending was in a predictable way, because we felt that was important to achieve as well. But I think that now that we accomplished this today with the governor's signature of this bill, we will have taken the final step to show that we really care about New Jerseyans with developmental disabilities who have access to speech and physical and occupational therapy, and New Jerseyans on the autism spectrum who will have the kind of early intervention therapy that can really transform their lives. I don't want to live in a state that says to the parents of New Jersey, you're on your own. Reach into your own pocket. Take out a third mortgage on your house. Drain your other child's college education fund in order to care for your other children. That's not the New Jersey I want to live in. I want to live in a New Jersey that says we are going to do the right thing. We are going to make sure that every single solitary New Jerseyan has the opportunity to have money spent on their behalf so that they can be everything they want to be. Today is a beautiful day. Thank you so much.